Hello and welcome. My name is Cassandra, aka The Prosperous Heart, owner of www.prosperousheart.com. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over day one of my week of copywriting mastery for my 5-day marketing bootcamp. So let's go ahead and get started. So as I said, this is week one, day one of my dangerously persuasive copywriting, where I'm going to be teaching you how to utilize the number one thing you should be growing and learning more of, or hiring someone who knows what they're doing in order to boost your sales and create more life and more freedom in your business. So what we will be covering today, first of all, why should you even trust what I'm sharing? What exactly is dangerously persuasive copywriting? Why should you learn dangerously persuasive copywriting? What manipulation is and is not? Why this distinction is important? Questions to ask yourself, and the next steps. But first, before we get started at all, I want to make sure that that you put your hand up. Go ahead and put it up right now. And repeat after me. I solemnly swear to use this information only for the good of mankind. I will not take advantage of nor manipulate in a harmful or hurtful way, for I am a source for good on this planet. Thank you so much for doing that with me. I wanted to do that because I'm not kidding. What I'm about to be teaching you this week can be very, very dangerous if it's not done in the right way. So we're going to start this off with a heart full of prosperity and love, and we're going to go ahead and move on into the actual training. So why should you trust this information? Well, what I'm going to be sharing with you today was actually shared to me by a very highly successful copywriter. What I'm going to be sharing with you today and for the rest of this week has helped countless people improve their marketing and create more sales conversions. For what I'm going to be sharing with you today, over 3,000 people registered to attend this particular training, and the person who shared this information was initially mentored by a gentleman named Mike Dillard. This same copywriter, not Mike, but the gentleman who shared the information I'm going to be sharing with you today and this week, he spends over tens of thousands of dollars on courses and trainings on this subject, so he really, really knows his stuff. Now, this same copywriter, his sole purpose is to help people and make as much money as possible doing it. Now, I don't know about you, but that really sings to me, being able to help somebody and just create freedom for everyone involved. So, what exactly is dangerously persuasive copywriting? It's basically your ability to hack into the minds of your potential and current customers so that you can start to persuade them to think the thoughts they need to take action and buy your stuff. Does that sound like manipulation? We'll cover that too in just a moment. So why should you learn dangerously persuasive copywriting? Really? Honestly, copywriting is simply just the most efficient way to spend your time and learn as much on as possible, because without this, you could actually be turning people away with the words that you're using. So copywriting is the number one paying skill online, period. I have heard stories of people who have made 6 figures in a single sales letter that they were written, and some have even taken percentage off the top for things that were being sold using their sales letter and their copy. So this is the number one paying skill online. It is worth learning and diving into and implementing it for your own marketing and business needs, and for jobs. This works in non-business aptitudes as well. So again, copywriting, this is not a fad. This is evergreen. This will be around for forever, because dangerously persuasive copywriting is simply encapsulating human psychology needs, understanding their thought patterns of individuals, and ethically rewiring them so that they do what you ask them to do because they associate your product or service as the answer to their problems. Okay, so this is a way for you to show them that when they, get your product or service, that you're fulfilling one of their human needs, and that will allow them to make a decision on whether they are going to move forward and buy. So, as I mentioned before, copywriting is the number one paying skill online, and all great copywriters will never be broke. As I mentioned, Some charge multiple six figures to write a single sales letter. A single sales letter for multiple six figures could pay for your year depending on your lifestyle. Now, traffic strategies come and go. If you've been in online marketing for any length of time, you know this, and you may have even felt the pain of this. There's constant updates to technology and different platforms. There's the bright object syndrome that a lot of people fall into. But with copywriting, it's here to stay. So copywriting bleeds into all of your marketing, your email, your blogs, your tweets, everything that you do, that you speak, that you type, all of this is copywriting. So everything that you do, everything that someone sees will be an influence as to whether they connect with you, whether they create a relationship with you, and whether they buy from you or your business. Now, think about this for a moment. If you just got decent at this skill and saw a 1% increase, what might your business look like? For most people, this is the difference between quitting, being broke, never having success, and finally breaking free. So I want to share this with you. There's just 1 degree of difference. At 211 degrees, water is hot, but at 212, it boils, which means there's steam, which is strong enough to power a train. So remember, 1 degree, 1% can make all the difference in your business, in your life, in anything. So let's go ahead and talk about what manipulation is and is not. A lot of people have a negative connotation or feeling behind manipulation and sales, and I really want to clear the air on this and make sure we're all on the same page. So the Webster's Dictionary defines manipulation as the ability to work or handle skillfully. Now, this doesn't seem so bad, right? You're skilled in what you're doing, whether you are an online marketer or a copywriter or a woodworker. If you are able to skillfully handle something, you are not being negatively impacting on something, right? So another definition was to manage artfully or shrewdly, often in an unfair way, and that's actually where the negative connotation comes from. Because when you are shrewd, you're clever or sharp in practical affairs. So with manipulation, for example, in the often in an unfair way, there are many times in history where people who understood not necessarily the idea of dangerously persuasive copywriting, but understood the human needs, they were able to influence people to make some horrible decisions. I mean, the cults where they had teenagers, take their lives. There's so many negative and bad things that can happen with people who do not have good intentions at heart when they use the information that you'll be learning this week and any future 5-day marketing boot camps for copywriting, because I said this is a dangerously persuasive copywriting, right? So you've got to be sure that your heart's in the right place. So, like I said, manipulation is also to alter for one's purposes. So you kind of have to ask, what's your motivation for action? What is it that you're trying to do? Are you trying to only get them to buy something so that you can pay your bills? Or are you actually approaching them from, how can I be of service to you? All right. So we all manipulate. It's a part of our existence. Survival is part of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and we all manipulate our situations, our environments, in order to survive, as well as to move forward in a lot of places in our lives. So in order to fulfill our needs, humans will do anything. They'll find the money, they'll find the time, they will find a way if it matters and if it will fulfill their human needs. So we manipulate our environments, our circumstances all the time, if you really think about it. We manipulate our parents as children. Did you ever talk your parents into giving you a few extra minutes before bed to watch a TV show, or that extra piece of candy, right? Or that toy in the store? We manipulate our children as parents. If you've ever played games with your kids to get them to do something that you wanted to do, you're manipulating them and persuading them to come to what it is that you wanted, right? So why is this distinction important, manipulation versus persuasion? Well, if we do not agree on this idea of manipulation, then we live in a made-up world where persuasion just simply happens by chance, okay? We must accept that anytime we try to change the thoughts and behaviors of others, we are manipulating them. This is not a negative connotation. It just depends on what's in your heart and why you are manipulating or persuading someone to do something. Persuasion is simply a tool used to manipulate. Again, manipulation is not a bad thing. It just depends on what your heart's at. So, some questions to ask yourself, because these are some big questions. What are your motives? Who are you being? Do you have ulterior motives other than to help someone? Do you have pure intentions? If you answered no to some of these questions, if your motives aren't pure, then you are simply asking for bad things to come to you. Universe works with you, never for nor against. So if you have this idea of ulterior motives, of getting someone to buy just because you want to make the sale, you are going to receive that frequency, that energy that you put out. So if your motives are pure and you are doing what you're doing, you're persuading someone for their benefit, you're going to see more benefits, more positive things in your life, including sales. Okay? So if you believe that others are out to get you, and you feel like that when you are attempting to, whenever you're talking to a salesperson, then if you have a business, you need to realize that you have serious inner demons that you need to deal with fast, or else you will stay broke. Because again, what you think about, you bring about. If you're believing others are out to get you and that they're only trying to get your money, you're going to attract people that are only going to think that about you, no matter where your heart and your intentions lie. So, think about this one. Your friends, your loved ones, and prospects will find a way to meet their deepest innate human needs. The only question is, will you be the one to satisfy them, or will someone else? The idea behind all of what I'm sharing is that you just need to be a force of good with this knowledge. There's so much in the world that, can make an impact. Why not be that positive change for those within your circle, your community, the people you want to impact in business? Why not be that force of good? Next steps. If you haven't already, join my free 5-day marketing bootcamp group. If you're watching this on the day that it's provided, this is going to be shared to the group, and inside, whoever follows through with the challenge for the day, you're going to see here in a second what's going to be going on. But if you want to join, and if you want to get involved, and you want to continue and receive coaching from me in this instance, go ahead and either send 5D MBC to my Facebook page. That's 5D as in Delta, Mike, Bravo, Charlie. And that will put you on my messenger bot list to give you updates and more information on how to grow your business online. Or you can simply click the link provided, whether it's above this video or below. I'm not sure how you're seeing it right now. And then once you get involved in the group, participate in these mini daily challenges. They're small. They're meant to help you create progress in your business, create online results, and really just start making that change that you're looking for. Finally, test. Marketing, your job, literally everything is testing to see how you can improve, right? Where can you make tweaks? How can you persuade people to your side, right? Whether you're working to get a project completed or working to get that sale, test to make sure that what you're using, especially with copywriting, that what you're using is actually making an impact or influencing people in your space. And then finally, just have fun. Life is too short not to enjoy what you're doing. So have fun, enjoy the ride. Know that you are starting from wherever you're at, and everyone started someplace. So you may not be as far along as maybe your mentor or someone you really admire, but as you continue to grow, as you continue to be consistent with doing what you need to get done, you will see results, and you will create what it is you're trying to create. It may not be as fast as you want, but again, as long as you have forward progress, you are a success. All right, so what we covered today: why should you trust what I'm sharing with you today and this week? What exactly is dangerously persuasive copywriting? Why should you learn dangerously persuasive copywriting? What manipulation is and is not? Why distinction is important? Questions to ask yourself, as well as next steps. So, thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Cassandra, aka The Prosperous Heart, owner of www.prosperousheart.com. It is the first day of January. Happy New Year. May this year be your best one yet, and I will see you on the inside. Have a prosperous rest of your day.